everyone. This is Priyadarshini. I am currently pursuing MBA in Avidas Academy of Management. So I am here to share my review of the book which I have been read. Before telling the name of the book, just to ask some basic questions. So the moment when we wake up in the morning, which paste are we using, whether it is a close-up or Pepsodent, and the moment when we bath, which soap are you using, it is Pierce, Rexona or Lux, and after wearing clothes we have to wash the clothes, right? So for that, which detergent are we using, it is Rin or Surf Excel, and at evening we wish to have some snacks. For that, which one you prefer, whether it is Kisan jam or Kisan ketchup. So after dinner, many of us like to have some ice cream, right? So is that Quality Walls or Cornetto? So see that fact, from morning to night, that is throughout the day we are consuming the products, many products. So these products are from one organization. Yes, absolutely, the company is Hindustan Unilever. So I read the book, which is the CEO Factory Management Lessons from Hindustan Unilever, and this book was written by Sudhir Sitapati. Unilever is basically an UK company. It operates in India with this name, Hindustan Unilever, and Hindustan Unilever operates in India for several number of years. Said that the book CEO Factory was written by Sudhir Sitapati. So, what is the relationship between Hindustan Unilever and CEO Factory? Yes, the author Sudhir Sitapati was working in the HUL for the past 20 years from now, and also most of the alumni from HUL are now in the great management positions, both in outside the HUL and inside the HUL. And then they are most of them are CEO, CFO, and many of the great position in many big companies like Airtel, DMart, etc. So author asked the people what makes HUL feel them unique. So he also answered for that. It is a rich culture, legacy, and lots and lots of learnings here involved, because he had worked in that organization. So he says like this, and in this book he used many strategies and also many learning process from the company which he have worked. And the author said that he has used many strategies and also he gave many examples in this book. So I'll share some of the examples here. Let me start with the first example, that is brand positioning to brand extension. And I'll give the example from the soap Lux. So at one time, the Lux soap were increasing its price, and also they renamed the Lux soap as Lux International. Then people were confusing among these soap, that which one is the best soap and which one is the original product. So people who are buying the Lux International soap thought that this was the original soap, and people who are buying the normal Lux soap thought that this was not the original soap, maybe the Lux International will be the original soap. So there were many confusion and dilemma arising between consumers and also mainly of these Lux and Lux International soap. And HUL took one major decision at that time. So they named the Lux soap as Lux itself, and then they renamed the Lux International soap as the one soap, and it is none other than Dove. So this was how the Dove soap emerged. Let me come to the next part, that is advertising. So HUL spends more than 3,500 crores for their advertising. It is really a unique and surprising fact for the consumers. And HUL uses many strategies for their advertisement, which will be very different. To see the ad, a consumer will feel very unique, what is there in the ad. Let us start with those examples. Like I said before, the products were Pepsodent, Kisan Jam, washing powder like Rin, Quality Wall, the ice cream is quality walls, and so on. So for each of the products, Hindustan Lever creates a different and unique, and also ad will be very attractive. First, we'll come to the Lifebuoy ad. What HUL uses in that ad is that one 10-year-old boy will suffer from infection, and doctor will come in that ad and says this soap will prevent the infection. And mainly in the pandemic situation, the ad goes very well. It was a trending ad, and also the soaps were selling very high. Next comes to the ice cream advertisement, that is Quality Walls and the Cornetto. So HUL mainly targeted most of the youngsters in this ad, and because of their wrapper they created and also ad they used, they targeted most of the customers, that is youngsters. Finally, let me see the advertisement example of detergent, that is Rin. So what will be there in that ad? So HUL creates a different one. One girl will be coming in the dull cloths. So after using the Rin, the cloths will be pure white. So like this, each of the products in each of the product advertisement, HUL are using different strategies for makes the consumer to buy that product, so that the consumer also buying that product. Sales are also going well, and sales of the HUL product are also in high position. So from my point of view, the book was very good to read, and the book has many examples. The author has given many strategies what the HUL uses, and many insights he gave. So the book has lots and lots of examples here, and commerce students, people who are really interested in business, and who want to know about the corporate world and who want to know about HUL can surely read about this book. And so I thank author Sudhir Sitapati for giving this wonderful book to read. So thank you.
My book is You Can, and the author of the You Can is George Matthew Adams. George Matthew Adams is an American newspaper columnist, and he is a founder of a George Matthew Adams newspaper service. This book talks about how to flourish and live a fulfilled life for human beings. This is an excellent book for the people who wants to get their life so advanced, and this book says that how to make our mind so powerful tool to getting into the success. And this book has covered more than 70 topics. I'm going to share the topics which has most inspired me. The first is 50-50 principle. Every action has a reaction. So this 50-50 principle talks about that every equal division is just a division. So the world is in the lack of 50-50 principle. It will never become an action until you become to apply it. So this 50-50 principle talks about the be glad to give as much as you take. The next topic is silence. Silence is the most powerful word in the world. So the world come to an idea that the fewer words and more deed doing. We see more people doing their work so silent. They mind their own business and we can't steal anything from them. Their silent is their wealth. Please don't talk back about them. Silent is most powerful word in the world. The next topic is character. Character is greater than all the talent, fame, money, genius, friends, etc. Character is something which is above everything, and the reputation can be damaged, but a character cannot. Reputation is what other people say about how a man is, but a character is what a reality, how a man is. Character build a deathless name for a man. Stamp your character deep on people and fight every second to make it stronger. Character is powerful. The next topic is mistake. The greatest mistake a man can do is continuously fearing about he will do it again. There are two kinds of mistakes. Mistakes with unknowingly doing and a mistake was misthinking. A mistake may tear away a man and make him weaken and make him so down. So study your mistakes and make it to work. The next topic is ruts. One of the most lessons of the life is keep us away from the ruts. Ruts is a stick and staggering while others pass and forgets you. Think new ways to doing old tasks and love your work which you're doing the most and see new surroundings, new faces, new lives, new scenes. By doing these things, you may find you may be out of the ruts. The next topic is habit. A habit is a series of time which we do it again and again. A good habit is good for you, but a bad habit will destroy you. If you had a bad habit, change it today. If you think that you will change it tomorrow, it will break you. The next topic is loyalty. Loyalty means sacrifice and sacrifice means success. So if you want to be so good in your character, be loyal to your friends, family and your near and dear. The next topic is thoughts. Thoughts is created when your mind is so busy. The thoughts cannot be inherited. It's a thinking of your own brain. As your mind grows instant, your thoughts are your power. Feed your thoughts with the right food. Always think everything in a right perspective. And this book covers a n number of topics. Now I'll share some topics which creates a one-line win. How to win in life, how to win everybody, how to win people. This book creates a n number of ideas how to win others. Responsibility. How to be responsibility. Responsibility is an important thing in human being which helps them to get into another type of level. Next topic is respect. Respect is essential thing for a human being which comes within a mind and heart. So we should always respect others in order to get respect. Next is sincerity. Being sincere in life takes you to the next level of life, that is success. The next topic is learn. We are learning from the childhood beyond everything from all ages. Always keep learning, increases our knowledge and we'll learn many new things. The next topic is opportunity. Opportunity is something where human beings always wants to grasp it. Someone uses it so wisely and someone wastes it. So one who used it very wise will reach a level of success in their life. So once opportunity came into your door, knocks it, please grab it. Lead. Lead is something which makes a person to lead a team. One who leads the process is called a leader. A leader, one who always leads a team. One who leads a team will always make his team so to do a good performance. Next is dream. Most of the human beings always keeps on dreaming. Yeah, if you dream only, you can go into a next step of your life. But only dreaming will not lead you to the next step. Dream and take steps to achieve your dream. The next is explore. As we all know, life is all about exploring. Always we want to explore new things and we want to know what's happening around the world. So always explore. Next is encouragement. Encouragement is a thing where all the human beings wants in their life. If someone want to go into next step in their life, they are in the need of encouragement. Please don't discourage anybody. Just encourage them. That will motivate them and keep them so energy. And also this book talks about essentials. Essential is which basics of human beings. What are the essential things wanted for a human to sustain in their life, earth and their experience. And You Can is an extraordinary book which all should read. The next topic is togetherness. A aimed thing will always happen if there is a collection of individuals. When you begin to separate the individuals, you will lose a grip, but when you draw these forces together, you will have a power. Together is separated as a to get there. So always a group of individuals have a together plan. So always stick together and get together. It will make win. This You Can book tells about the you can make your own gym which lives within you. You must have ideals, ambitions to do in your life, and the 100% stock in your mind belongs only to you. Never mind the criticisms, misjudgments of others. Only the smile, cheese you have is only from within you, and you should enjoy it the whole. Success is sum of days. World is measured by the each day what you contribute in usefulness. You can make success sure by your sacrifice, self-control, and work. You are the master of your own destiny. Take a command of today. Believe in you that you can. Thank you.
Experimentation is the essence of living a satisfying, productive, and fulfilling life. The more you experience, the more you learn, the more you achieve. With this keynote, let me begin. Myself Vishalini. Today I'm here to present the book of The Personal MBA, Master the Art of Business, written by Joseph Kaufman. Let me introduce about the author. His aim with his All of book is to help us to earn more money and be productive and have more fun and happiness in the life. The fundamental focus on each and every book is he used to concentrate on fundamentals of business, solo entrepreneurship, rapid skill acquisition, personal science, core human skills, and optimal decision making. So let me talk about the personal MBA. What is the personal MBA? What the author is trying to say to us. So let me give the answer for that question. The personal MBA is all about the business. How the person is individually start the business without going and learning the strategies in a business school. How to start the business by ourselves, by learning by ourselves. This is the core idea of this book. So let me explain the steps which was written by the author in this book. The main idea of the book is here the author is focusing on the core concept of business and the principle which each and every businessman should follow. If the business should be stable in the market, every businessman should focus on these many steps. They must make sure that these steps would be involved in their business. If they follow these many steps, definitely they would be able to be success in the market. And the steps which are, firstly, he recommend us to create a value creation, and then marketing, sales, value delivery, and then the finance. These many steps, these are the things which every businessman should focus on. So let me explain this briefly. So firstly, value creation. Every businessman, they make sure that there will be some values to the customer in their product. They must create and they must provide some values to the customer. There must be some values in their business. Unless and until they provide the value, there won't be any successful in the business. Every business should have the values. Secondly, marketing. Every businessman should be in a position to market the product according to the taste and the wants and the needs and preference of the customer. Unless and until they find the customer's need, they can't be stable in the market. So the way they create the awareness about their business is very important. Every businessman should be in a position to create a value and then promote their business according to the customer's preference. Then sales. Here The businessman should be in a position and he must know their target customer. Unless and until he find their target customer, according to them, he need to keep the price, or else there won't be any sales in the market. So, for example, let me give Apple as an example. They concentrate on luxury people. So, according to them, they'll keep the price. Same like that, every businessman should know their target customer. According to them, they must assign the price and they must sell the product. Then value delivery. Value delivery in the sense satisfying the customer's expectation and the needs. The packages should be in a good manner and that should attract the customer to buy the product, or else they won't buy. They are not that much interested to buy the product. So businessmen should make sure that everything should be assigned in an effective manner, and then there will be core target customers, and according to their preference and taste, they should deliver the product. Finally, finance. The businessman should be in a position to provide a sufficient revenue for the business. If they put an adequate amount, and then it would be worth for them to sustain in the market. So they are in a position to provide a sufficient amount. They must keep their finance everything in a perfect manner. They should allocate, and then they should separately find how to make and how to run a business in an effective manner. So these many points which are author suggested to do the business in an effective manner, and then some more points are left. Let me explain that. These many points are all about our personal growth and personal maintenance, and then it's all about the personal thing, how we able to do everything in a productive and an effective manner. So here authors suggest us is understand and utilize your mental faculties. Here the mostly our brain function is to influence each and everyone. Our brain is capable of doing everything in an adequate and frequently and effective manner. So here author is suggesting us to concentrate more on our brain's influences. Firstly, he is suggesting to do the core business concept. So here author says that how we are capable of utilizing our brain, our mental faculty. Author compare our brain with an gas tank. If the gas tank is full, then everything will be run in an effective manner. According to that, we must be in a position to fill our brain with lots and lots of business knowledges and the adequate things. For doing that, we must be in a position to maintain a good disciplinary process to achieve and to make our brain to be full of content. If you want your gas tank to be full in the sense, so the author recommend us to maintain some proper diet plan. Firstly, he suggests us to have healthy food, and secondly, he recommend us to do the exercises in effective manner in a daily, and at least have a sleep 7 to 8 hours in an adequate sleep. And following this is not that much easy, because we people were very VIPs, right? So mostly we don't follow this. So for that, author says, if you are not in a position to follow that, then kindly change the environment in spite of changing your character, in spite of changing your behavior. Please change the environment, and then shift your character, shift your experience according to that. Then, before you work with others, learn how to work with yourself. So business is all about our interpersonal relationship. Collaborating with each and every customer, each and every person is something very important. if you must be in a position to work with yourself. Unless and until you can't do anything, because everything in a country is now on the demand. So if you want to be a demand, then definitely you must learn how to work with yourself, how to accept the things what is happening inside you, and other than that you can't able to collaborate with each and everyone. So if you want to be as a demand one, then you are in a position to collaborate with, you work with yourself. Here let me conclude by saying the quote which was said by Josh Kaufman: new skills create new opportunities, and new opportunity often translate to more income. Thank you.
Hi, myself Varun. My book presentation is about Emotional Intelligence, Why It Can Matter More Than the IQ, written by Daniel Goleman. The Emotional Intelligence book is best-selling book in many countries. Emotional intelligence is something related to managing and balancing your own emotion. There was a time I could not balance my own emotion. In my past, when I learned this book, it was an eye-opener for me. Let's see, what is meant by emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand and manage your own emotion and feeling as well as others also. In a practical term, this means being aware that emotion can drive our behavior, impact people positively and negatively, and learning how to manage those emotions in both and others also. Managing emotion especially is important in situations when we are under the pressure. Let's see how can you actually be emotionally intelligent in a 3-step. First step, you need to identify and name your own emotion. That means you should be able to name your emotion and identify and name and label it. For example, if you are feeling angry, but you feel that you're not sure whether it is angry or depression, whether it's anxiety, that's mean you do not really have to skill your know your feeling. First step to identify your emotion. Let's move on to the second step. Once you label your emotion, now you have to apply in your day-to-day routine. How you can do that? By solving a problem, by taking a judicious decision. This is how apply in your personal life and also professional life also. Final step, to ability to manage your emotions. For example, regulating your own emotion and also understanding the emotion of the other persons also. So emotional intelligence does not just limit yourself to understanding your own emotion, but also extended itself to understand somebody else's emotions also. I'm going to tell three lessons why emotional intelligence is important. Emotional intelligence rests on self-awareness and self-regulation, number 1. And number 2 is a high EQ makes you a healthy and more successful person in a life. Okay, number 3. You can boost your EQ by mirroring other people, body language and thinking optimistically. Going to explain about emotional intelligence in real world. Emotional intelligence at work speed. Emotional literacy affect how we related to others, manage conflict and manage our own emotion state and productivity. Especially manager need emotional intelligence to give effective feedback. Emotional intelligence in marriage. Gender difference in relationship management. Warning, seeing to look out for in a marriage. How emotion hijack and flirting can boom a relationship and specific tips to improve your marriage and relationship. Emotional intelligence in health and medicines. The medical definition of a disease is very different from the patient experience of the disease. There now strong evidence that patient emotion state can affect their disease progression and recovery. How emotion can affect our how emotion can affect our physical outcome, and how to address know how to address a patient psychology needed along with their medicines needed for optimatic results. Let's talk about emotion and human brains. Emotions are basically strong and impulses that drive us to take action. There are naturally ways to guide our action, primarily to help us survive. Each emotion prime us for different type of action. For example, angry increase our heart rate and blood circulation to unlock the energy. So we can confront an enemy. Surprise cases of rise to wind. So we can take action more of the surrounding to figure out what happening. Love help us to relax, cooperate and feel constant. Basically, we have a two mind. The emotion mind is instinctive and impulsive. The emotional hijack happens when we act on the impulse before the logical brain has had a chance to access the situation and choose a response. Typically, your natural thought and emotion work together. You need emotion for effective thought. Example: choose your life partner or vain to your properties. A strong feeling can dispute your cognitive ability, where making is hard to thinking clear. Emotional drama can also impair the learning and increase the risk of depression and alcoholism, drug crime, etc. I conclude. I conclude. This book is packed. This book. Sorry. I conclude. This book is packed with academic research studies, and example on the human brain psychology and behavior science. Daniel Goleman also include the appearance of the emotions, the emotion mind, fear, and the list of active ingredients for the preventive program. I conclude. Emotional intelligence is something we can look forward to working on for the rest of our career. When we are strong in it, not only do we excel at the work, but in our personal livings as well. It's a soft skill, yes, but one of the most important skill person can have. Luckily, its skill does not have required a ton of effort of practice, as you can done so in your life, in your everyday conversation and interaction. With a little self awareness and patience, you should start to feel difference in your interpersonal skill right away. Who know, maybe can get a promotion too.
Hi, hello. I am Anikem. I have to review the 1 Minute Manager. I haven't read the full book yet, but since it's really short, I think there is not much more to it than I have described here. What makes a book more powerful than the mere facts, though, is it tells a story in which a manager slowly finds out about the power of 1 minute management. Yeah, it might help you remember what you read better. The book's just been updated and expanded last year and is now called the 1 Minute Manager. I am convinced the 1 Minute Manager is worth the hour or so it take to read. The 1 Minute Manager is a short book by Ken Blanchard and Spencer Johnson. The brief volume tells a story recounting three techniques of an effective manager: 1 minute goals, 1 minute pricing, and 1 minute reprimands. It is an easily read story which quickly shows you three very practical management techniques. As the story unfolds, you will discover several studies in medicine and the behavioral sciences which help you to understand why these apparently simple methods work so well with so many people. Yeah, the book has sold a staggering 13 million copies and was translated into 37 languages, maybe it not spite, but precisely because it's over 100 pages. It holds three tools, 60 seconds each, which, if applied correctly, can change your management style for the better forever. So let's get right to it. Set three goals for each your employees, which you can review 1 minute or less. Use 1 minute price to give your employees positive feedback. Yeah, 1 minute refrain is more than enough to express your dissatisfaction. Okay, let's move on to the lesson one. Set three goals for each of your employees, which you can review in 1 minute or less. All struggles a company could ever possibly face will go back to one simple thing: communication. 90%, 99% of people problems are preventable as long as you communicate well, honestly, openly, and yearly. If you have ever started a new job, chances are very event like this. You arrive, you are shown around, shake a lot of hands, try to remember the last half the names of all the new people you met. You sit down and your new boss is give you a bunch of tasks, and as soon as your email account works, it's go time. But nobody ever told you what you are actually responsible for. Imagine someone had sat down with you right at the beginning, and together you have made a list. That's exactly what a 1 minute manager does. Sit down any new coworker and tell them these are your responsibilities and these are your goals for your first year. The goal is to have targets which are so specific that you can review them in 60 seconds or less. Keeping the 80 by 20 principle in mind, define three goals of them and write each of them in 250 words or less. For example, I will contact at least 100 new potential vendors in the next 3 months. Lesson 2. Okay, let's move on to the lesson 2. Right after an employee does a good job, take 60 seconds to praise their work. Managers are, by defining super busy, they often manage people on top of all their other works. Even though it's technically their primary job, this makes it very easy for them for forget to tell people when they have done good work, especially when responsibility are unclear. Example, employees tend to focus on what they have yet done and can thus mostly expect negative feedback. A good manager always makes time to tell her employees when they have done well, especially because it only takes 60 seconds. Right after someone did a great job, tell them that they did well in that specific instance. For example, Tom, you did a fantastic job fixing that broken code this morning. I can always rely on you when stuff breaks. If you feel it is the right thing to do and the employee would appreciate it, you can combine this with a physical gesture like a thumbs up or a pat on back. Getting positive feedback for small wins extra important for a new hires, so they will settle well in their new environment. Lesson. Okay, let's move on to the lesson 3. If you are dissatisfied with someone's work, let them know with a 1 minute reprimand. Just like giving positive feedback, it doesn't take long time. Expressing your dissatisfaction with someone's performance doesn't have to be a big deal either. When people are familiar with your management style, have their 1 minute goals, and you have praised them a couple of times, you can use what Blanchard and Johnson call the 1 minute reprimand. Similar to the 1 minute prize, you should use it right after the mistakes was made and be specific to show their hard feelings. Include a note of appreciation in your criticism. For example, I am sorry, Shirley, but the company presentation was below par and doesn't present us in the right light. Promise me you will do better next time. Okay? I know can do better. You are doing so well on organizing that workshop for our clients. Keep up the good work there. This form's criticism works well for three reasons. In your employees feel that their mistakes are being treated fairly and not with injustice. You both clear the air instantly and avoid dwelling on bad feelings. Remind your employee of their own worth and the valuable part they play in the organization. Who would I recommend the 1 minute manager summary to? The 25-year-old who's about to start her first job and to be managed for the first time. The 39-year-old manager who has tough time giving positive feedback to his employees and anyone who wants to be a better friend.
Hello and welcome to this book summary. I'm Soumya. Now I'm going to explore the book called Good to Great, which was written by Jim Collinson. So, Mr. Collinson states that good is often the enemy of great in business. The vast majority of companies never became great because they are satisfied with the good results. So, the book Good to Great aims to address the question how a good company can become a great one. So, for this, Mr. Collinson and group of researchers examined 1,435 companies for 15 years, and out of it they found 11 great companies. And the research shows that they follows a set of strategies, habits, and practices which turn a company from good to great one. So, in this, the most important feature these companies had in common was obsession with greatness, and which was supported by disciplined people, disciplined thoughts, and disciplined action. From going to disciplined people. Disciplined people involves getting the right leader and the right team, and disciplined thoughts involves the understanding of neutral facts and creating a set of core values. And the third one, disciplined action, which creates a robust culture where the right people will work within the defined core views and values with appropriate freedom. So now we can see how at the big time transaction a company became good to great one. So they followed a level 5 leadership format. So this was the concept one which explained the leaderships. So in this they had level 1 leaders who are highly capable individuals, and level 2 leaders they are contributing team members, and level 3 is competent manager, and level 4 is effective leaders, and last but not least level 5 are the top level hierarchy and exhibit dually the personal humility and professional will. These leaders are very effective in making an organization to good to great one. So, in this, the next important strategy or concept which Mr. Collinson says is find first who, then what. So, the level 5 leaders first focus on finding the right people, then they develop the strategy which a company should focus on. So this the same step the company follows. Companies focus on first setting the vision, They're putting the people on the roadmap. And the next concept which Mr. Collinson was explained is with connected with a disciplined thoughts. So this concept is like all the good to great companies begin the process of finding the path to greatness by controlling the brutal fact to their current reality. So they create a climate where the truth is here involves four basic practices, which is first it will include a lead with questions, not answers. Engage in dialogue, debate, and but not inquiry. And the third step is conduct autopiles and without blame. And the last step, which is build red flag mechanism that turns information into information which cannot be ignored. And the next important concept, which also gained more satisfaction with me, is the discipline thought, which is the hedgehog concept. The hedgehog concept explains how the hedgehog thinks in the time of when the fox and snakes attack. In this, if you think lion is king of jungle, the hedgehog is king of forest because it got the simplest defense strategy of them all, and in any attack situation, it knows what to do and how to exhibit the action. So, when a clever fox and snakes can come up with many different cunning strategies as they want, but the hedgehog will always react the same and it will always come out on the top. So, from this, Mr. Collinson says that to find your HR concept, you must answer three questions. The first question is what you can be the best in the world at, and the second question is which things can we be passionate about, and the third question is what is the key economic indicator we should concentrate on. If we answer these three questions, you will find the HR concept of your company. And the next step, which Mr. Collinson concentrated on, is a culture of discipline. So, a common feature across all the great companies was an organizational culture. An organizational culture built upon discipline. Here, Collins highlighted that this discipline does not realize and does not relate to managerial discipline, whereby staffs and members are punished, but instead, the great companies were those where all the staff members had a sense of interdiscipline that this this also applied to managers essentially an innocence of determination to make the organization succeed. So, from this, he describes cultural discipline as a being filled with staffs and members who are willing to act as an individual entrepreneurs. So, in the next concept, he concentrated on the term technology. Good to great companies think differently about technologies. They think of technology as acceleration, not creators of momentum. And the second thing we think at as avoid the technology trap. And the another thing is adopt new technology due to desire for excellence and not for fear. So in the next concept, Mr. Collinson says that he introduced about flywheel and doom loop. He argues that business success and failure develop over several years. There is a microoptions and there is a misconception and disagreement that the success and failure can occur in a momentum. But how it's possible? In reality, success or failure only emerge after sufficient positive or negative momentum has developed. So, in conclusion, the researchers showed that all the good to great companies transformation happened with the consistent application of all the mentioned phases. And it showed that great companies did not emerge due to dramatic or a revolutionary event, but rather years or decades of adhering to their core themes and building up in their process and gaining momentum slowly by turn, and from that they are organized good company. So the key thing which I would like to say from good to great is to get the right people first on board and engage them in critical thinking, then taking disciplined action aligned with the hedgehog concept. So this was the concepts and tricks which Tim Collinson observed from the level good to great companies, and he explained it how it works in the book Good to Great. And thank you.